So this is practically my work process. So the first layer is the one for the line art. So with exception of the hair, so you are just going to make this particular layer for the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the earring. All the entire layer should be just for the sketch. Then the other layer, the one at the top, should be for the hair. So maybe when you want to add another layer at the top of the hair, it should be for the highlights of the hair. Then after that, then you can proceed with filling up flat colors. After filling up the flat colors, add another layer for maybe the lip, but you can as well add this particular layer. You can merge, sorry, this particular layer like this. You can merge it after maybe getting your shading for the lip. You can merge the flat color for the lip. You can just decide to just merge it like this, so that it will, let me off this layer first, then so that you can get the entire flat colors on one layer. Then after doing that, you proceed with your shading. So the face shading should be on a different layer. Then that's the rough shading. You can still do a more refined shading on a different layer. After you're done with that, you can just bring them to one layer. Then you can merge them so that it can be on one layer. So after you're done with that, then also on your shading layer for the lip, which is this. You can just drag it here, then merge it to this particular layer that is under it, which is the shading layer. Just tap on it, then click on the merge, then merge it so that it will be on the same layer with the entire shading layer. So the lip shading layer and the face shading layer should be on one layer. Then you can, on this particular layer, which is the layer for the texture, all those textures on the face, this is the layer for it. It's on a different layer. I would advise you to leave this one on a different layer. Don't merge it to the shading layer. It should be on its own layer. Then, sorry, this is also for shading, dark shading. I'd advise you, when you're doing your shading, make sure your dark shading and your darkest shading, because we are having two. Sometimes when you're shading, you'd have a more darker side compared to the normal darker side. When you're using color palettes, you would see that there in the dark category, you would have like more than one darkest shadow. I'll still explain that one, but I'm just trying to show you how you can categorize them. So when you're doing a darker shading, you are expected to leave the layer on its own. Like, it should have a different layer on its own. You shouldn't merge it with the normal shading layer. So that when you want to clean up your mistakes, it will not be difficult for you to clean them. So it can be easily reversed, or let me say cleared. So it should be you can just practically leave two different layers for your shading, for a lighter shading and for the darker shading. I think that's practically easier for you to actually go back to clean some sides and to refine them. So this is for the texture, this is for the dark shading, this is for another shading. So practically we are leaving two layers for shading, then one for flat colors, then this is for texture, then this is for highlights, then this is for earrings, then I think that's practical. Then this is for hair highlights, this is for hair detailing and highlights, and also for eye highlights as well. So you can use this particular layer to add highlights to your eye, and also for the hair. So this is practically much the layers I have used on this particular painting. So let's just count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.